Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 21st of February. It feels like Monday because the market was closed yesterday. Um, I want to talk about the E-mini and the stock market because it's breaking down very strongly today. And I want to talk about how we can recognize this before it happens and what to look for as we go along. It's kind of a classic breakdown. We see things like this often enough. Usually when the market is trying to catch up with some new information, or when a new understanding has come about. When we look at the weekly chart, we see back at the beginning of February that we had an exhaust. There was a clearly recognized exhaust into higher time period resistance, right? Not hard to see. And there was a monthly 5-2 up there, which is this guy here, to stop the market, along with the monthly envelope top, which is this guy here. So it's not surprising that we saw an exhaust, but what does an exhaust mean to us, and what should we look for thereafter? Well, exhaust means, of course, that it's a blow-off in some way, shape, or form, and we're looking for, on the following bar, the nearbys to hold, which it did, and that would happen right away. And any subsequent test, we'd want to see that hold as well. And the exhaust is usually the highest of the highs, followed by the tests, which are a little lower. Okay, so what happened after the exhaust? Well, we had a PL dot refresh and a test towards a new high, which failed and came back down to the PL dot, and then it's continuing this today. So that's a pretty normal sequence of events where we would see this test of this resistance holding up here, higher time period holding. And, we look at the monthly chart and we see, well, yeah, it's also the quarterly envelope top, right? That's pretty helpful to take a look at as well. Let's see now. This would be the 1st of February. This is the exhaust up in here. Okay, on the daily, we saw that on one day the 5-9 was hit and held, but on the following day it came up and broke that nearby. This would be the exhaust day here on the weekly, and then we started to go sideways. Well, this is normal, going sideways, right? We blocked, right? So let's see this. These bars here would be trend run up, and then a block here closing below the PL dot. That's the first sign that something is really genuinely over. And we don't, once that happens, we can say it's kind of unlikely we're going to see a further up move. If the day is going sideways and blocking, of course, the PL dot rolls over, the daily bars test the resistance again and fail. They test the resistance again and fail, and each time they fail a little more seriously, right? Now they're down to this gray line here is the weekly PL dot, and it's a PL dot refresh, gathers all that energy, tries once more. Again, these are lower attempts at resisting. You see these tests exceeded the weekly envelope top. This one does not exceed the weekly envelope top. And the 5-2 holds very handily and comes back down. Now, this is where, so we've had 1, 2, 3 tests failing. The market's beginning to get the idea is we're not going to go higher. So if we're not going to go higher, maybe we'll go lower. We'll try to test to the downside. As it tests to the downside, it finds that it can break through a number of supports here. The PL dot, the 5-3, a 6-1. So it starts to break through supports here. It breaks through the envelope bottom, stopping at the weekly PL dot. Okay. pretty logical. But then on the next day it continues, comes down, tests. This is the very critical thing. When it comes back up, the daily PL dot's slamming on down, breaking higher time period support. So that's breaking very handily as of here. Comes back up, and it's the PL dot that slams this back on down. And now it's the PL dot, which is below the weekly and below the daily. And so it's slamming on down. That's a clear indication of things breaking. I want to look a little at this situation a little further, but I'm going to do it on the next video.